Hi, good evening. Tara na. It's TGIF na. Welcome to a new episode, a new session, and actually it's a continuation of what we had started. Um, our topic on courageous leadership, no? And before are we going to start, if you are tuning in with us right now, can you can you please acknowledge yourself by just simply writing some comment in the comment section below. A simple good evening. Hi, hello, how are you? Would greatly be appreciated. No, so you can just put some comment in the comment section below, and you might want to invite your team to join with us this evening. You can mention them there in the FB group para ho at least kahit papano ho ma-notify po natin sila, no? Bring the whole team, bring the whole gang with you. So ito po ay part po ng mentorship program po natin. Ito po ay very essential as we continue to grow in our business. So without this mentorship program ho, mahihirapan po tayong i-sustain ang takbo ng negosyo po natin. Okay? But before anything else, I would like to make some early announcement that there's going to be changes on the schedule starting next week. Starting next week, our recruitment seminar for daytime um, will now only be aired on Thursday and Saturday. So it's still gonna be at exactly 9:45 in the morning. So Thursday and Saturday 9:45 in the morning, and we will now start with our evening session. So every second and fourth Friday of the month, we are going to have a night session for recruitment seminar. So we are canceling our uh, Tuesday morning for recruitment, and we replace it with second and fourth Friday of the month on the evening session. Okay? And for the Tara na it's TGIF, it will now be aired every first and third Friday of the month. So that's a little adjustment of what we are going to have starting next week. We made this arrangement in the new programming we have because of the insistent demand, no, of among all people for a night session. Because number one, there are already a lot of people that are back to work and they are only available after office hours. Second is because during daytime, because of the online classes or among parents, and somehow it competes with the data they have, or probably the Wi-Fi. So sa nighttime naman, wala namang estudyante, wala namang nag-o-online class. So minabuti na po natin na magkaroon ng evening session. So starting next week, next Friday ho, wala po tayong Tara na It's TGIF, magkakaroon po tayo ng recruitment seminar night version. Okay? So, if you're tuning in with us right now, kindly invite your friends, kindly invite your downlines to join with us here in FB Live as we continue on our series on courageous leadership. Okay? So, ayan, let me do some greetings, no? I would like to greet, no, Michael Clarion, no? Michael Clarion is here. Milbert Taneo is also here. Maricel Sungahid is also here, tuning in with us. Mary Berdad from Toledo City is here. Sheila Iscasinas is also here. We have Renita is also here. Sister Nora Caspe is also here. Ruela Coracha is also here with us. And Sandra, no, Sandra Simasio is also tuning in with us right now. To those that are already in here, I would like to encourage you to contact, no, to either chat, text, or even mention the names of your team, your downlines, that they may be able to join with us here tonight. No, it's very important that they're going to join sessions like this. It's part of our program. Okay. So Charlie is also tuning in with us right now. Noel Maglasang is also here. No, so great. No, great. And by the way, tomorrow morning we have our um, still recruitment seminar, and later in the afternoon in continuation with our how to retire, no, how to retire young. We're doing a series on retirement. So if anybody of you really wanted to put up more wealth as early as today in order to have a better retirement, then I challenge you to join with us tomorrow, no? Tomorrow afternoon. Janice Bukag is also tuning in with us right now. No, she's tuning in from Toledo City. Marilyn is also tuning with us from Toledo City. Great, no? Marami-rami tayo ngayon eh. Si Riza Pular is also tuning in with us. Christopher Ocleda is tuning with us from Abu Dhabi. Yan. So, you invite your downlines, no? You invite your downlines with you so that they can join with us tonight. Marami po tayong mga pag-uusapan ay hindi naman ganun karami because as much as possible, I really have to maintain my time so that you still have more time to do your thing, no? Para, kasi alam nyo naman, dito sa negosyo natin, sa gabi tayo bumabanat ng trabaho ng husto Okay. Yan, Jen Oy from where is this? Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur, no? Is tuning in with us right now. So, makakilala ko sila to na-meet ko na to sila. Okay. Yan, si Venus. Venus is also tuning in with us right now. Okay, now, bago ako mag-umpisa, may naka-post po sa mga group chat ninyo na mga available IDs na po yon. Now, we really need you to confirm kung ito ba ay pick-upin nyo sa H-Mall, sa opisina po natin, or ito po ba ay ipapadala through LBC. So, kailangan po namin yung confirmation ninyo kasi kung didiretso kayo dun sa opisina, ang ID po, wala pa po dun. Kasi work from home ako, nandito yan. So, I only send the ID that are intended for pick-up in H-Mall and the rest ay bibitbitin ko sa LBC. Now, may pinapalabas po ako ng mga payment guidelines. Ngayon po, ano ko yan, i-distribute ko yan among the group chat para at least lahat po ay naka-onboard po tayo doon sa magiging patakaran po natin sa sending ng ID through LBC. Okay? So, yun lang po, no? So, kindly check on your group chat if your ID is there. And to those na wala pa po, antay-antay lang po tayo. Magkakaroon pa naman po ng mga third batch at marami pang batches. So bear with the adjustment na lang muna. Okay? So, umpisa tayo. Over the past few weeks, pinag-usapan natin dito ang leadership in itself. Marami na ho tayong na-tackle and in fact, last week we were talking about the value of having a vision, how powerful it is, how it allows one person to move from one place to the next. Kumbaga, magkakaroon siya ng push dahil doon sa vision, dahil doon sa kung ano yung nakikita niya sa sarili niya. Vision is so powerful that it allows you to do things beyond the normal. Kung ano yung normal mo, kaya mong lagpasan yan dahil sa vision. Ganun po ka-powerful at ganun po ka-importante ang vision. Lahat po na yan ay nasa sa atin po ang pagmamaneho niyan. Wala pong hindi po kailangan ng ibang tao para magkaroon ka ng vision. Ikaw mismo ang proponent ng vision na yan. So a person with vision clearly knows his objective. At yun ang gusto nating makam up po sa gabi na to or sa buong lesson na to. So, punta tayo sa next topic, no? Okay, yan. So, tonight, we will be talking about motivation, but we will start with this one. What are the factors that contributes to poor motivation? Every now and then, we are actually capitalizing on recruitment. In fact, sinasabi natin at all times that the way to build this business is really to expand your business unit. When we say business unit, that is your team. Sinasabi natin dito parati na kung gaano kalaki yung team, ganon din kalaki yung negosyo mo. At ang pinakamalaking problema natin lahat tayo na nagbi-build ng team, ay may mga tao po tayong hindi talaga ganun ka-active, may mga tao din tayo na active. May mga tao tayo na hindi mo na kailangan talagang i-encourage, hindi mo na kailangang i-motivate kasi sila mismo ay self-motivated na. Pero karamihan po ng mga tao natin actually really needs the motivation. Pero bago natin pag-usapan yung motivation, tingnan muna natin kung ano yung mga factors na nagko-contribute ng poor motivation. Kasi motivation is very important in the organization. Without the motivation, wala hong magpo-post. Without the motivation, wala hong magti-tripping, wala hong magsa-site tour, wala hong mag-a-attend ng mga PKS. Wala, no? So it will always begins in there. So ngayon pag-usapan natin yung mga factors na nagko-contribute na magkakaroon ng poor motivation. So ito, umpisahan na natin. Number 1, minimal or inadequate training. Training is so important. At ito ay gusto ko makipag-usap sa mga leaders natin ngayong gabi na to. Leaders, always think about this. Training is important not just for you, but most importantly for your downlines. But again, they will only comply with training unless you guide them to be there. It is very important na kayo mismo ang magbibitbit nila at ma-develop ang habit na mag-a-attend ng mga training. Alam ko at a certain point, sawa na kayo makinig sa mga training na ginagawa ko. Pero the training that we are putting is not actually just for you. We are putting training especially for our new business partners. Pero meron kasing importanteng lesson dito eh. Yung mga bago po nating mga agents, kinukopya nila kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga leaders natin. Kung ang leader ay masipag nag-a-attend ng mga seminars and training, sila din masipag. Pero kung hindi rin believe ang leader sa mga training at mga seminars, yung mga downlines din natin hindi rin yan believe. It will always begins with us. I'm not saying that you're going to cancel whatever is important na mga lalakarin or mga pupuntahan para lang makapag-attend ng training. Hindi po. What I am trying to emphasize is that kayo mismo would be an advocate of training. Kayo mismo ang mag-push sa kanila na magpunta ng training. Kung hindi pa sila sanay na mag-attend ng training, kaya nga ito yung always na sinasabi ko eh. Being a leader, hindi po ang statement dyan, you go. Being a leader, ang statement parati dyan ay, let's go. Kung hindi pa siya sanay na mag-attend ng training, wala pa po ang habit na mag-attend ng training, ang gagawin po mga leaders ay akayin niyo po sila by being in the training itself para makita nila na kayo mismo ay nag-a-attend ng mga training. Eventually ho, pag na-i-develop na nila ang habit in attending training and seminars, hindi na nila kailangan kayo. Ang mangyayari dyan, magkukusa yang mag-a-attend ng mga trainings. Pero ngayon kasi, wala pa kasi sila dun sa habit of attending training and seminars. Kaya very important na kayo mismo bilang isang leader, na kayo mismo ang aakay sa kanila para makapag-attend ng training. And the only way to do that is you model it yourself. Kumbaga, ipakita mo na ikaw mismo ay believer ng mga training. Yes, totoo, pabalik-balik yan. Because the key to training will always be repetition. The key in learning is always repetition. How often do you repeat it? How often do you listen to it over and over again? The more it sink into your mind. And, ito yun, once it sink in, pag pumasok na po yan sa mga utak natin, automatic po yan lalabas. Ang training ho, hindi po kayo magiging expert sa isang araw. Ang training po, through time po yan. Habang nag-a-attend kayo ng mga training at ginagawa nyo na rin ang negosyo, ang tawag po doon ay OJT, on the job training. Habang nagtitrain kayo, ginagawa na ninyo, mas lalo po ninyong maiintindihan ang negosyo. At mas lalo mong maintindihan ang industry na to. Guys, our learning, the classroom teaching that we are doing, the seminar that you have listened or heard, is only half of the story. The other half of the story is when the time that you really actually do the posting, when you are really actually doing Property 24, Lamudi, at kung ano-ano pa. But before it becomes a 100%, you need the better half. And that's the reason why you cannot complete the 100% without having the 50%, which is your training and your seminars. Nakikita nyo, ang mga tao o mga downline natin na hindi nag-a-attend ng mga seminars and training, ito yung walang ka-earth, walang alam sa mundo. Walang idea na pumasok. Bakit ho? Kasi they themselves are not participating on trainings. Sila mismo. Kasi siguro nakita rin niya na ang leader niya hindi rin nag-a-attend ang leader ko hindi rin naman nag-a-attend. Ba't ako mag-a-attend? This is a copy business. What you do, they will copy. Kaya nga pag nag-post kayo, kinokopya nila. That's exactly what I meant with copy business. And that also goes with what we do. So kung ano yung nakikita nila sa'yo, yun din ang kokopyahin nila sa'yo. So, to put it in the right perspective, every step of the way, if you wanted to bring the best in your organization, you've got to model yourself. Hindi po to role ng isang consultant lang, isang manager, or isang supervisor. Role po natin lahat ito the moment ikaw at ako meron ka ng downline. By the time na ikaw may downline ka na kahit isa, ikaw ay elevated na sa leadership position. But it doesn't also mean, and it doesn't necessarily mean also, na dahil ikaw ay consultant, ay wala ka na rin gawin. O dahil ikaw ay manager, wala ka na rin gawin. Dahil ikaw ay supervisor, ay wala ka na rin gawin. Remember guys, ito po yun. Much is given, much is required. Ulitin ko. Much is given, much is required. Nandyan ka sa posisyon na yan, ibig sabihin, your downline, your people are expecting much from you. Ulitin ko. Much is given, much is required. You are in that possession, which means the people down the line is expecting much from you. The question here right now, were you able to play that role? On the minimal case, if you are having your 1, 2, or 3, or 4 downlines, were you able to model to your downlines what it ought to be modeled? Friends, this is your business. Ulitin ko ha, this is your business. Whatever things you do here, the first person that will benefit here is you, together with your family. So, the time, the attention, the things that you wanted to improve in yourself greatly, as in greatly, impacts your result. So, it will always boils down with you. Training will allow your people to shape their mind. Pag wala po ang training, hindi po adequate at kokonti lang po ang na-experience nila ng training, yung confidence level nila na makipag-usap, wala yun. Wala silang confidence level. Kaninang umaga in the learning session, there was quite a good discussion actually that we had this morning. We were talking about turnovers, we were talking about peculiar cases, and those are the things that we learned during the learning sessions. And in the learning session, this is again another invitation that I would like to invite everyone that are veterans here consultant, managers, supervisors, or anybody that are veterans in this business, I would encourage and invite you personally to join with me in the learning session, because your experiences, your story in this business would mean something, would mean something to the rest of the new partners we have here in the industry. The more you go up higher in the possession here in DPPI, the more you should be sharing your stories here. Why? Because your real life story will be more than enough for these people to hear and to learn. But where were you? Nasaan ba kayo? Next week, Friday, I would like to invite everyone, consultants, manager, a supervisor, to join with me in the learning session. And let us hear your stories. Because your story is so much of help to our new business partners. Ulitin ko po, I would like to personally invite all the consultants, the managers, the supervisor to join with me in the learning sessions, because your story is so important to all new people we have. It will help them avoid mistakes. It will help them learn from what you actually have experienced. It would mean something for them because your story will build up their confidence. Kasi ang sasabihin nila sa sarili nila, ito yung ginawa ni Ma'am Shirley, ito yung ginawa ni Ma'am Nova, ito yung ginawa ni Ma'am Cons. And they will gain that confidence kasi narinig nila sa'yo. Pero where were you? Nasaan ka ba? Nasaan ka ba kanina? Maganda yung topic na pinag-usapan kanina, pero nasaan ka? And we are always looking at all our people, and we are thinking na bakit hindi sila active, bakit hindi sila motivated. The question still remains, were you able to bring them to the learning sessions, or you just told them na mag-attend kayo? Kasi iba yung mag-attend kayo at mag-attend tayo. May kaibahan po 'yon. So, if we really wanted to champion in building this business unit we have right now, kasi we've grown, no? To be frank and honest with you, we have grown so much. Even as we record our sales here, we have grown so much. But what I am afraid is that we may not be able to sustain the growth because the leadership is not in place. The leadership is not me. The leadership is you. Ulitin ko ha. The leadership is not me. The leadership is you. You are the leader of your business unit. Don't mind the possession. By the moment nag-build ka ng grupo mo, ibig sabihin, ikaw ang leader ng business unit mo. Ikaw ang leader ng grupo mo. But the point here is this. Were you able to model it? Okay? So, pag ang mga tao natin, ang mga members natin ay hindi mahilig mag-attend ng mga training and seminars, we will never grow. We will just like be the rest of other realty firm na hindi po nag-grow. And I know you know that there are quite a number of that. Hindi lang kasi ito para magbuo lang ako ng realty, hindi eh. Dito nag-isip po tayo ng mga training programs, nag-isip po tayo kung ano yung gagawin. May mga programa tayo. We have programmings. Malinis yung schedule natin. Alam natin yung mga schedules natin every day. Alam natin kung saan natin i-plug in ang mga partners natin, mga partner agents natin. You go to other realty firm, they don't even have schedules. In here, our schedule is always ahead of time. And the only thing you do here as a leader is simply to bring in your people together with you so that they will be able to get the kind of training that they are going to get. Okay? So training is so important. Without or inadequate or minimal training, it will cause demotivation. Poor motivation po ang resulta niyan. Number two, lack of clearly defined goals. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin last week with regards to vision. If things are not clear with your people, with your downlines, they themselves will one day be demotivated. Yung baga, hindi niya alam kung ano yung gusto niya. It is very important na bawat isang downline na meron ka ay alam niya kung ano yung gusto niya dito. Alam niya yung goal niya. Alam niya yung direction niya. Alam niya yung objective niya. Kasi kung hindi niya alam kung bakit niya gagawin ito at hindi niya alam kung ano ang dapat niyang ma-achieve dito, the next thing you know from that person, inactive na yan. Inactive na yan. Kaya ito yung sinasabi ko. I always encourage the leaders that are listening here tonight. I encourage all of you to do small group meetings. You need to do small group meetings because if you are not going to do small group meetings, you're going to lose contact. You are going to lose touch among your downlines. Ganun ho yun kaimportante. Ay, Sir Joff, wala kasi kaming Zoom eh. You can use another medium. You can use Google Meet. The only thing that is required with Google Meet is just simply Gmail account. Or if you want, you can use Microsoft Teams. The only thing you need to have is just Hotmail account. Or kung gusto nyo, subukan nyo yung Lark. Bago. Bago yan. Or nevertheless, you wanted to try Messenger. Nakikita nyo dyan sa Facebook ninyo na meron ng button dyan na create room that is designed for small group meetings. Pwede na po kayong mag-conduct ng mga small group meetings para ho ma-set nyo po ang direction, yung goal ng bawat isang membros ninyo. Learn to do meetings. Learn to do coaching. Ay, Sir Joe, hindi ko kasi alam kung ano yung isi-share ko eh. You just share your story. You just share what you have done. Ikwento mo yun kung paano ka nakarating dyan. Kung paano ka nakarating sa posisyon mo ngayon, ikwento mo lang yan. That's all what it takes. Because always remember, your new downline is from the word new. Wala pa pong alam yan. Meaning you are already one step higher than sa kanya. Ang goals dapat malinaw at ito ay nakikita at kayang i-describe kung ano yon. May vision tayo as a company. Alam natin yan, ano yung direction natin at alam natin ang mission ng kumpanya. Pero itong vision and mission ng company natin, dito tayo nagrarally behind. Pero kailangan siya na etong vision na to ay maibaba po ninyo dyan sa kanilang mga grupo, sa kanya-kanyang mga grupo. At pag-usapan ninyo kung ano yung magiging direction nyo. It's not enough that you remain active on the GC by posting updates of project. It's not enough. You've got to talk. You've got to communicate. Wala hong magic dito. Kailangan po talaga nating makipag-communicate para maiayos po natin kung ano talaga yung goal nila. Ano ba yung gusto mong maabot? No? Later this afternoon, I was talking to one of our agents, and we were talking about what are the things that he wanted to do. I was asking the person if it's a full time or part time, and I asked him if he could spend some time to really attend some trainings and seminars. And it has to be clear, no? Kinausap ko, tinawagan ko kasi gusto ko clear na malaman kung ano talaga yung gusto niya. Nakakita ako ng potential sa tao na to, nakitaan ko ng potential, kaya kinausap ko. Pinatawag ko, no? Kasi gusto ko na ipaabot kung ano yung nakikita ko. Ito yung nakita ko sa kanya, ito yung na-observe ko sa kanya, at ito yung gusto kong mangyari sa kanya, no? I always do that to anybody na makikita ko. The other one is yung kausap ko kaninang hapon. 2 days ago, that was even last week siguro. I think this week lang yun. May pinatawag akong isang tao pumunta sa opisina sa Edge Mall. Nag-usap kami doon. Personal. Pinatawag ko siya kasi nakitaan ko siya ng potential. Kinausap ko siya kung ano yung magiging plano niya, ano yung direction na gusto niya sa akin, at shinare ko rin sa kanya kung ano yung nakikita ko sa kanya. At after our discussion, after dun sa pag-uusap namin, maliwanag. Maliwanag na ngayon kung ano yung gusto niya, maliwanag na ngayon kung ano yung gagawin niya. Importante po yan. Don't wait for me to do that for your downline. Kayo mismo kaya niyong gawin yan pag may nakita na kayo na may potential na tao. Pag may nakita kayo na potential na tao, babain niyo. Babain mo at kausapin mo. Kausapin mo ng masinsinan para ma-define yung goals kung ano talaga. Guys, ang dami ho natin. Hindi ko po kakayanin ako lang mag-isa. Ulitin ko ha, napakarami po natin. Hindi ko po kakayanin na kakausapin ang bawat isa. I need each and every one of you. I cannot be in two places at the same time. That is the reason why hindi ko kayang mag-mentor isa-isa sa inyo. Kaya nga natin ginagawa na lang to dito sa FB Live para kahit papaano magawa natin ng paraan ang mentorship program natin. Para in such a way na ito ay magkakaroon ng impact sa buong organization. But please, don't stay it dun sa yung information na to na sa iyo lang. Ang objective natin dito ay ito po ay ma-initiate mo dun sa mga grupo-grupo nyo. As what I have shared sa inyo kanina, na may kinausap ako dun sa Edge Mall, masinsinan. Share niya yung plano niya, share niya kung bakit siya nakarating dito sa DPPI, at shinare ko rin kung ano yung nakita kong kapasidad niya. At binigyan ko siya ng steps na ito yung gawin mo. Ito yung gawin mo, ito yung i-prepare mo. Gawa ka nito, gawa ka niyan, gawa ka nito, gawa ka niyan. Very important yan. Kasi you are making the steps for him na susundin niya. At magiging mabilis at madali na lang kasi alam niya ang hakbang na tatahakin niya. Next, number 3. Lack of performance feedback. Lack of performance feedback. Going back dun sa person na kausap ko dun sa Edge Mall, nilatag ko sa kanya kung ano yung gusto kong mangyari at ano yung gusto kong gawin niya. Base dun sa nakikita ko na potential niya. While he was sharing his idea sa akin, yung storya ng buhay niya, in fact, tinanong ko pa nga siya kailan mo ba balak magpakasal? Tinanong ko. Alam mo bakit tinanong ko? Tinanong ko because it will greatly define his actions. Kasi may matinding goal Magpakasal may matinding goal. So tinanong ko, kailan mo balak magpakasal? Kasi binata kailan mo balak magpakasal? Sabi niya, maybe a year from now. Okay, that's good. That's a good date. Pero ito yung gawin natin para maging ready ka sa kasal. Yun ang sinabi ko. Alam mo bakit? Kasi gusto kong makita niya na yung pagpapakasal ay magiging goal niya. Kaya ito yung gagawin niya para ma-hit niya yung target niya na magpakasal. So sinabi ko, ito yung gawin. Pero sinabi ko sa kanya, I'll check on you. Sinabi ko sa kanya, I'll check on you. When you have your downlines, okay ha? When you have downlines at kinausap mo na sila ng masinsinan kasi gusto mong ma-coach sila. Kasi that's the role of a coach. That is your role. Each and every one of us here is a coach. By the time na makakausap mo sila, it is very important na kung na-define mo na yung mga steps na dapat niyang gawin, dapat meron siyang performance feedback. Naalala ko dati yung vice president ko sa Pepsi Cola, si Mr. Henry Mualia. Sabi niya sa akin, one time, nakabisita yun sa opisina, sa bodega ko. At I was caught really off guard and I wasn't really prepared. And kumbaga, meron kasi kaming way of measuring our operation, and tawag po doon TIO, no, Territory University. And ito yung always na pumapatak sa isipan ko. Kasi ito yung sabi niya what is not measured, Joff, doesn't get done. Yung sinabi niya sa akin, what is not measured doesn't get done. Which is tama naman. Kung hindi mo yan sinukat, hindi yan talaga gagawin. So, if you are able to talk to your downline and you are able to establish a clearly defined goals, dapat may performance feedback yan. Balikan mo. Balikan mo kung ano yung pinag-usapan nyo. Kasi kung ano yung pinag-usapan nyo, i-evaluate yung dalawa kung nasa na ba kayo doon sa set goals ninyo. Wala tayong feedback Wala tayong performance feedback. Basta lang, dyan sa business unit mo, sa grupo mo, basta lang, ito yung sinabi mo, gawin mo yan. At wala na pong nag-check kung nagawa na ba. Which is totoo naman. Hindi naman empleyado, hindi naman kayo empleyado lahat ng DPPI. Hindi rin yun naman ako boss. Partner tayo dito Walang boss dito. Partner tayo dito. And that is what is unique in this organization. And that's where leadership really counts. When a person displays his leadership, there will always be influences down the line. So when the moment you're going to do your small group meetings, in which I do encourage all of you to do your small group meetings, you can use Google Meet, you can use Microsoft Teams, you can even use Messenger na create room, you can even do that. Whatever will be the tools that you're going to use, please do a small group meeting. Okay? Para ma-check mo yung performance level ng downline mo. Para ma-coach mo siya ng maayos. Okay? Kasi trabaho natin dito, coaching Okay? Next, number 4. Untidy work areas. Yan. Magulo daw ang working area. This morning, sabi ko, because we are advocating work from home, no matter how small it is, find a place in your home that is dedicated for your business. Kahit maliit po na lamesa, na yan ay dedicated for the business. Na the moment na ikaw ay uupo dyan, ikaw ay nakaset for work mode. Kasi if may dedicated ka na mesa, kung saan ka magtatrabaho, ang gagawin mo, just like all the rest, ay aayusin mo yan, di ba? Aayusin mo yung lamesa mo, aayusin mo yung table mo na naka-arrange yung mga folder mo at kung ano yung mga gamit mo sa negosyo. You need to have a dedicated space in your home. Ang tanong, meron na ba? I'm not talking here of how big is the house para kailangan mong magkaroon. You don't need a bigger house to do that. You only need a piece of table, kahit maliit ho. As long as that small table is a dedicated table for your work. Ang mga bata dito sa bahay ay nasa online class. Prior to the onset of the online class, kasi dati wala naman talaga kaming study table eh. By the time na mag-aaral sila, dito lang sa mesa talaga. At yan, mag-aaral lang. Pero nung pumasok sa online, sabi ko dapat may dedicated sila na lugar. Kasi hindi ma-set ang mind na ito talaga ay nagkaklase. So, bumili ako ng maliit na folding table that they can just flex it, but I place it in a regular spot. Mura lang, binili ko yung sa Gaisano, 600 pesos. And I placed them in a dedicated spot na yan talaga. No, ikaw Jack, dito ka. Ikaw, Dayan, dito ka. I put a dedicated place. I place them in a dedicated area wherein the moment they sit down in there, they will somehow activate themselves that they are on the class mode. Ganon din sa atin. You need to find a space in your home na pag umupo ka dyan, naka-work mode ka. Naka-work mode. Kasi ang downside natin dito sa work from home, dahil sa too much convenience, ang ginagawa natin, wala. So nagsasagot ng mga inquiry nakahiga hanggat makatulog. Find a place that you can call your working place, no? That will be your working kung baga espasyo, no? Sa ano pa yan, ang tawag diyan espasyo. You need to have, no? A simple table will do, no? A simple table will really do. Okay? So, number 5, social distractions. Ito medyo sa ngayon sa pandemic, medyo wala na to. Pero dati ho, marami ho tayong mga business partners, mga agent, na hindi nagagawa na palaguin ang negosyo dahil sa mga social distractions. Mga lakwatsa dito, lakwatsa there, lakwatsa here. Maraming extracurricular activities na ginagawa na wala namang katuturan talaga. Kung baga nagsasayang lang ng oras. No? Ang tawag po doon ay social distractions. No? Ang iba umiinom, ang iba nagbabarkada. Yun ay mga contributing factor na unti-unti makakalimutan mo na yung negosyo. And later on, makikita mo sa sarili mo na ay, di na lang ako magre-real estate agent. Nakakapagod. So, slowly, it would greatly result to poor motivation. No, poor motivation. Okay? And lastly, monotony. Okay? Dito sa negosyo natin, medyo challenge ang monotony. Kasi almost all of our conversation ay pabalik-balik yan. In fact, recruitment seminar, pabalik-balik. Can you just imagine? I've been doing seminars for so many years already. Pero naririnig nyo ba sa boses ko na ako ay matamlay? Hindi. Every single day na magkakaroon tayo ng Zoom meeting, may certain level of excitement ako na pinapakita. As if it's the first time na ginawa ko to. Even a simple training na meron tayo, kahit pabalik-balik ko yung ginagawa, meron talagang kaibahan doon sa the way ko ipapresent at the way ko i-deliver. Bakit ho? If the topic is pabalik-balik, I have to make it as much as possible. Medyo dynamic yung pag-deliver. Bakit ho? Para kahit papano ho, hindi po kayo matutulog dyan. Di ba? Check nga natin kung kayo ba ay gising pa diyan sa Facebook Live. Paki-type nga ng gising ako. Kung talaga bang gising kayo ngayon na nakikinig sa akin. Kasi hindi ko kayo nakikita eh. No, I'm concentrating here on kasi nasa Zoom ako eh. Nirelay ko lang yan papunta sa Facebook. Na para titingnan ko, kukunin ko yung Facebook ko. Yung cellphone. Let me check if you are really alive right now, if you're gising kayo, pakitype nga, gising ako. No? Pakitype, gising ako para makita natin kung gising ba talaga kayo. No? Gising ako, pakitype, gising ako. Ayan, si Florence gising, si Honey gising, si Melbert gising. Sino pa bang gising dyan? Si Noel gising, si Maricel gising. Sino pa? Ang iba tulog pa. Yan, si Mel gising na. Si Jason gising, no? Si Cathrace gising, si Milona gising, si Charlie gising, no? Si Cathrace gising, si Renita gising, si Langbert gising, si Sister Nora gising, si Ma'am Jesseline Cinco gising din, si Christopher gising, si Roel Canoy gising din. Yan, si Christopher Oclida sa Dubai gising. Si Mark Anthony Biroy gising din sa Surigao to. Si Pastor Tirso gising. Si Marjon gising din. Yan, si Leonard gising, gising na gising. Si Glenn gising din, si Christine gising. Yan. Si Janice gising din. Si Venus gising din. Yan. Si Shirley gising din. Yan. Monotony. Pabalik-balik tayo dito. So kailangan talaga natin i-fight 'yon. That's the reason why we're making up changes with our programming, with our schedules. We're putting up training programs. Itong tara na, it's TGIF. So far, hindi pa naman ito pabalik-balik kasi we're doing it on a series. And as much as possible, I'm putting up new topics every now and then para po may iba po kayong matutunan. Yung Sabado natin, yung savings and investment natin na mga talk, bago yun. Bago yun. So, hirap din ako mag-prepare doon. Pero my point here is this, we really have to give something new. Kailangan talaga meron something new para ma-motivate natin ng mga tao. So ito yung mga factors na nagko-contribute ng poor motivation. Inadequate training, no defined goals, lack of performance feedback, marumi yung working areas or walang working area sa bahay, maraming social distraction, maraming nag-iimbita ng mga lakwatsa doon. Pero ngayon, hindi na kasi COVID eh. Tapos, you fight the monotony. No? You fight the monotony. So, yan, no? Okay, next. Paano natin i-improve ang motivation? Ito po. Ito yung kabaliktaran nung isa. Okay. Una, nagpo-provide tayo ng training. Lahat ng training po natin nakaschedule po yan. Ang kailangan nyo lang pong gawin ay mag-plug in. Mag-plug in. Ito nga yung always sinasabi ko sa lahat eh. Dati ho, mahirap ho mag-recruit kasi wala po tayong mga defined training program. Dati ho, basta lang magse-seminar tayo at bahala na. Bahala na si Batman, parang ganon. Dati kasi every Friday, once a week, may seminar tayo. Wala talaga tayong defined goals. Kaya nga, nagpapasalamat ako ng kontodo nang dumating si Sir Boy kasi nagkaroon po tayo ng training program. Ako kasi, alam ko kung ano yung nasa utak ko, pero hindi ko siya ma-translate into small pieces na action plans. So, medyo may deficiency ako dyan. Medyo hirap ako dyan. Alam ko ano yung nasa isipan ko, nasa utak ko, pero hindi ko siya magawang maayos na ito yung gawin ko ng mga schedule. Nagpapasalamat ako nang dumating si Sir Boy kasi nabigyan ng definition yung mga gagawin ko. So, mas kampante ako ngayon kasi alam ko na may nagko-coach sa akin kung ano yung gagawin ko. Kaya nga na-in place natin yung mga training natin ngayon. Kasi merong gumagabay. Dati ho wala kasi hindi ko alam, basta marunong lang ako magsalita. Pero doon ko na realize na kailangan. So ngayon naayos na natin. May mga schedules na tayo dito sa mga training program natin. So mas magiging madali na. Ngayon ang pinakamagandang time na mag-recruit. Bakit ho? Kasi when you have a new recruit, alam mo kung kailan mo siya ipa-plug in at saan mo siya ipa-plug in. Alam mo at kailan mo siya bibit-bitin. May mga schedules. Parating pumapatak yan dyan sa mga group chats niyo. So, ibig sabihin, ngayon, pag may bago kang recruit, alam mo kung ano yung sasabihin sa kanya na, oy, ngayong Friday, may learning session tayo. Next Thursday, meron tayong jump start. So, alam natin kung ano yung sasabihin. Oy, sa Friday, attend ka. May tara na, it's TGIF tayo. Oy, alas 2, every 2 p.m. ng hapon, meron tayong PKS. Attend ka. So, alam natin ngayon, dati ho, wala. Kaya nga mabagal yung growth natin kasi wala tayong clear na mga training path. No? Ngayon, meron. In fact, Sir Boy even told me na hindi pa natapos ng courageous leadership. Ayun, may prepare na siya ng isa. Siguro sabi niya magkakaumpisa ako sa November siguro. Pero tingin ko hindi ko pa matapos-tapos to eh. Medyo mahaba pa eh. Pero nevertheless, meron nang nag-abang na training module para sa next na session. So, ganun na tayo ngayon, guys. Hindi na tayo gaya ng dati. Ngayon, maliwanag at klaro ang mga training schedules natin. Okay? So, if nakikinig kayo ngayon dyan, can you help me thank Sir Boy? No? Type nyo po dyan sa comment section, thank you, HBR. No? If you are tuning in with me right now, samahan niyo po akong pasalamatan si Sir Boy. Type niyo po sa comment section, thank you, HBR. Yun lang po yung i-type nyo. Thank you, HBR. Type nyo po sa comment section. Pasalamatan natin si Sir Boy. Kasi tinatrabaho niya to lahat. Itong mga nangyayari sa atin, itong mga schedules natin, ito po, bunga to ng mga ginagawa niya. So, if you're listening with us right now, can you type on your comment section there? Type nyo po, thank you, HBR. No? Type nyo po dyan. Kasi makikita niya yan. Thank you, HBR. No? Yan si Sandra, si Christopher. Yan. Si Ma'am Florence, no? Yan. Paki-type diyan, thank you, HBR. No, thank you, HBR. Masipag yung broker natin na yan. Senior citizen yan, pero masipag yan. Hindi yan nagpapahinga. Nagtatrabaho yan. Yan. Type niyo po, thank you, HBR. Thank you, HBR. No? Yan. Number 2 ho. You set daily and weekly goals. Di ba? Sabi ko, pag may nakita kayo na mga potential dun sa mga downlines nyo, kausapin nyo para ma-set nyo po yung mga targets, mga goals. Ilang ba dapat ang ma-recruit? Ito yung sinabi. Ito yung sasabihin ko na sa iyo yung taong kausap ko last 2 days ago na minit ko sa H-Mall. Nag-meet kami doon sa H-Mall kasi we're setting up the goals. At ito yung napag-agrihan namin that by the end of December, ito yung napag-agrihan namin that by the end of December, he is going to deliver me 200 recruits. Yun ang una naming naagrihan. Ulitin ko ha, yung taong sinabi ko sa iyo na nag-meet kami sa H-Mall, at sa tingin ko nakikinig siya ngayon dito nandito siya ngayon sa live Ang napag-agrihan namin that he's going to deliver me 200 recruits by the end of December. At itong na-come up namin dun sa conversation kasi natanong kung magkano ilan ang magiging active. At sinabi ko sa kanya, dun sa 200 baka blessed ka na pag meron kang 20 na active. Pero okay na 'yon kasi 80-20 Pareto law. Ang ibig sabihin ng 20-80 Pareto law, the 80% of your income will be produced by the 20% of your people. Ulitin ko ha. Yung Pareto law, ibig sabihin, the 80% of your income will be produced by 20% of your people. Yun sana dapat. So, kung yung target ng tao na to na kinotes ko, 200 recruit by the end of December, at nag-estimate lang kami na magkakaroon lang siya ng 20 na magiging active. That's not even 20%. That's 10% only. So, sabi ko, okay na yan, conservative. Kasi dapat sa Pareto Law, 20-80 talaga eh. Pero 10% okay na yan. So sabi ko, sige, umpisahan mo na. Kanina, kahapon sa recruitment, nakita ko, yan, nag-umpisa na mag-recruit. Kasi ngayon, nasa ano na siya eh, sa sales niya, nasa 5 to 6 million na yung group sales niya eh. So, ibig sabihin, he's actually journeying right now towards becoming a sales supervisor. Pero sabi ko sa kanya, you need to work out on your downlines. Kasi, imposibleng makakaangat ka papuntang manager kung hindi mo i-develop yung team mo, yung business unit mo. So, yun ang nangyari. Yun ang nangyari. So, bibilangin ko yan, no? Kasi i-check ko yan siya. So, daily and weekly goals. So, i-divide yan. So, kung target namin na pinag-usapan, 200 recruits until the end of December. So, i-break down yun. 200 kasi 4 at October kami nag-usap. So, 12. That's 12 weeks. So, yung 200 is divided by 12. Yun ang kailangan niyang i-produce na recruit every week sa akin. No? Dapat gumawa kayo ng mga sessions na gano'n. Okay? Para ma-guide nyo po yung mga downlines nyo. Next, number 3, provide feedback on performance. One key that I learned, ito na-learn ko to sa mga boss ko sa Pepsi. Sabi ni Mr. Molia dati, it's not enough na nag-follow up. No? Ito yung vice president namin. In one of our MANCO meetings, sabi niya, it's not enough na nag-follow up. Kasi dati, I was assigned in Bohol. And during May, no? Alam niyo naman pag Mayo sa Bohol, sa Mayo kasi sa Bohol, piyesta 'yan. Lahat ng mga Boholano sa buong mundo uuwi 'yan kasi piyesta. So magkakaubusan kami ng stock lalo na sa Pepsi nga litro. Nagkakaubusan kami. At syempre, dito ako magre-request sa planta namin dito sa Minglanilla. At one time, nag-meeting kami sa Mancom at dahil naubusan nga ako ng Pepsi na litro, na-brought up ko. Sabi ko na ubos yung stock, sir, wala kaming mai-deliver, maraming order, tapos kalagitnaan pa ng fiesta. Pero sabi niya, anong sabi ng operations? Ano yung allocation mo sa litro? Sabi niya, ganito yung allocation ko, which is enough sana na ma-supply yung need ng fiesta ng Bohol. Pero ang next thing sabi sa akin, nag-follow up ka ba? Sabi ko, sir, ilang beses ako na nag-follow up. Tapos may sinabi siya, kulang. Nag-follow through ka ba? Kasi iba pala, yung pabalik-balik ka na nagtanong, follow up pala yun. Yung follow through ay titingnan mo pala kung ginawa. Yun ang follow through. So dapat pala, dun sa feedback ng performance, dun sa mga downlines natin, base pala sa feedback ng performance, para makuha mo yung feedback ng performance, hindi po siya enough na nag-follow up ka lang. Dapat dito ay follow up and follow through. Ang follow through pala ay titingnan mo kung ginawa na ba niya. So, caught off guard ako, hindi ko alam kung ano yung sasagot ko. No? Kasi vice president to nagtanong, di ko alam yun eh. Doon ko nalaman na kailangan ko palang tingnan kung nagawa ba nila talaga na nag-shipment talaga sila papuntang Bohol, may naka-load na ba doon sa truck na pabiyahing papuntang Bohol, kung ngayon as we speak, may naglo-load na ba, ilang truck ba ang meron dapat sana ako doon kasi titingnan ko kung ginawa ba talaga. Hindi siya enough na nag-follow up lang ako. Nangumusta kung may stock ba or wala. Dapat titingnan ko pala kung ginawa na. So yun pala ang follow-through. Yun pala ang follow-through. Kadalasan, ang ginagawa natin dito sa mga aktibidades natin, sa mga downline natin, follow-up lang. Walang follow-through. Kumbaga sa follow-through, kulitan to eh. Kulitan to. Kung kailangan mong i-text, i-text mo. Kung kailangan mong tawagan, tawagan mo. Kasi doon mo lang malalaman kung ginawa ba talaga niya ang dapat niyang gawin. So, kailangan ma-provide yung feedback. Okay? So, mabusisi ang trabaho, no? Mabusisi ang trabaho bilang isang leader. Pero the rewards are great. No? Ito yung sasabihin ko sa inyo. Mabusisi man to, pero the rewards are great. Kaya nga sinasabi niya eh, business leader. And the way I look at it, the one who really makes more money is the one who leads. Di ba? The one who makes more money is the one who leads. The question here is this. If you wanted to make more money, would you be willing to lead? Kasi, yun ang required eh. You've got to lead. The moment you have downlines with you, you are already on your journey to leadership. Okay? So yan. Next. Provide for neat, user-friendly environment. Yun yung kabaliktaran na anti-B. Provide new job challenges and opportunities for career growth. Ayan. Kaya nga may PMO program tayo eh. That is for career growth. Something new that you usually do. Yan. Improving one's craft. And always remember this one. Every time you move higher to the organization, from being a sales agent to supervisor to manager to sales consultant, there will always be new challenges required for certain levels. As you go up higher and higher into the ladder of success here in the PPI, there will always be different level of challenges that you and I is going to encounter here as you progress in your career being a business consultant. So grow. Endeavor to grow. Never allow yourself to stagnate. If you are going to stagnate yourself, yung stagnant ba, parang kanal na hindi dumadalo yung tubig, stagnant. Pag ang tubig ay hindi gumagalaw, eventually ho, magiging mabaho yan. So if you wanted your career or your business to really smell very good and very well, you've got to grow. You've got to grow. You've got to take your steps. Kumbaga, ang tawag po dun, level up. You've got to level up. Alam mo guys, I want you to know that in the field, because lahat ng sales is nasa field eh. By the time that you are in the field, every single person that you are going to meet and you're going to handle as your client, there will always be a different set of challenges. Your responses to those type of challenges is not actually determined by your skill. Those are actually determined by your character. Ulitin ko ha. The challenges that you meet in the field is not actually determined by your skills. Your skill will help you know what to do. But your responses will be determined by your character. Sa simpleng illustration, ito po 'yon. May mga tao na takot magbenta. Naalala ko dati, when I started my career in Pepsi, yung career ko sa Pepsi kasi, I started as casual at doon ako naka-assign sa survey kasi may rebuild program eh. So, doon ako naka-assign casual. May kasamahan ako dati, 8 kami noon eh. 8 kami. May kasamahan ako dati na pagpasok pa lang ng tindahan, mamumutla na siya. Natatakot siya eh. Natatakot siya. At kung titingnan ko naman, yung scholastic record niya, magaling. Magaling yung scholastic record niya. Mataas, actually. Sa tingin ko, alam niya kung ano yung dapat niyang gawin. Skillful eh, kasi marunong eh. Skillful. Pero the one that drives the responses na dapat pumasok ka sa tindahan at mag-interview ka ng may-ari ng tindahan at magtanong ka, that takes a character to do it. Siguro yun ang wala niya. Di rin siya nagtagal eh. Di niya nakayanan. Parang feeling niya nahihiya talaga siya eh. Di ko na alam kung nasaan siya ngayon. Pero that's precisely the point. The point is actually character actually builds confidence that is brought about by the training that you receive. So lahat ng mga training na natanggap mo, biglang magsusurface yan. Biglang lilitaw yan na ito pala yung dapat gamitin ko. Pero paano ko gamitin to, ang magtutulak sa akin ito ay yung character na meron ako. Yun ang magtutulak. Yung character. Years ago, when I had the first seminar in Etch Mall, that's where our office is, I was so excited on the first day of the seminar. I asked Julia to buy 20 pieces of monoblocks. No, that was our first seminar. Because I invited 20 people also. And I did the preparation, I've set up everything. And lo and behold, the day came, that was Friday. I was so expectant that the place will be filled. To my dismay, isa lang nakarating. At hindi ko makalimutan ang araw na yon kasi ang dumating doon si Judita Pabuaya. Siya ang dumating. Isa. Isa lang siya. Now, if you are in my shoe, you will really feel dismayed. Probably, you will feel demotivated. Kasi nag-prepare ka eh. Bumili kayo ng monoblocks, and you're expecting na magiging puno yan. Pero only to find out that on the actual day, isa ang dumating. You know what I did? Tumayo ako. Nag-seminar ako sa harap na as if ang kausap ko 20 people. Excited. And for those people who knew me here, that are listening with me here, you have seen me regardless of how many people attend. Whether it's 1 or 100, yung boses ko, yung excitement ko pareho. Bakit ho? Kasi yung motivation ko is not actually driven by what I see at hindi rin siya driven kung what I know. Yung motivation ko is driven by the character that I am built up. Yung character ko na hindi sumusuko, yung character ko na go lang ng go. And that's the reason why in DPPI, we've got some various innovations that we're doing. Various approaches that we are doing. And we keep on improving. We keep laying down all the basic fundamentals. And guess what? And I'd like to announce this. Come 2021, officially, we're going to have a new, dun sa pangalan natin, no? Logo, D818, tapos DPPI. Sa baba nun, maglalagay na tayo, Realty and Development. Yun na po yung tagline na gagamitin natin sa mga posting natin. So we are going to identify ourselves now, not just a realty firm, but right now as a developer itself. Because meron na tayong development eh. Mag-uumpisa na tayong mag-develop. And that is something that you and I will gonna be very much excited because dito sa development natin na to, kayo yung partner ko eh. Wala tayong ibang partner kundi bawat isa sa inyo ay ang partner ko dito sa negosyo na to. So may bago tayong challenges na haharapin sa CAM 2021. Pero ang tanong, etong challenges na to ay magbubukas ba sa atin ng panibagong opportunity? Yes. Magbubukas to ng panibagong opportunity. And this is something that will excite all of you. This is something that will excite all of you. Ito, ipang crackdown ko na tong na mga balita eh. Meron tayong coming project dito sa Cordova. Meron na rin tayong 2,000 square meter na nasa Panglao, Bohol. As to what will be the coming development for that, I will unveil it to you sooner than later. No. Last week, I was already talking to the engineers, to the contractors, and they're going to come up with a perspective with the design, and I'm gonna show it to you after it's gonna be done. This is something that keeps us alive. That is something that it keeps us excited because in DPPI, there will always be something new that you need to look forward. Why? Because in everything that is new in what we do, there will always be, of course, challenges, but at the same time, there would be an opportunities for growth. No? Not just for your career, but for your business. No? Sa DPPI ho, hindi lang kayo ahente. Sa DPPI ho, negosyante kayo. Yun ang kaibahan po natin. Okay? Tuloy tayo. Enabling. Okay, ito yung mga ano natin. No? Anong oras na ba? Baka lumagpas na naman ako sa time. Ayan, 1 hour plus na. Lumagpas na talaga ako. Sige ho, hindi ko na ito patagalin. No? Kasi I really wanted to maintain para may time din po kayo. Enablings, no? Ito yung mga kung paano gawin, no? Enablings, no? Knowing and maintaining standards, establish what is right, looks like, and hold people accountable. So ito po yon. Part of leadership, bawat isa sa atin na meron ng mga downline, malinaw tong sinabi ko sa inyo. Kayo po ay accountable po doon sa mga tao na ni-recruit nyo in terms of learning, information, coaching, and above all, growth in the business. Accountable po kayo doon. Hindi lang po kayo nagbitbit ng tao na para lang bang nanganak. O hindi naman siguro nanganak. Na basta na lang iniwan doon. Hindi ho. You have a moral responsibility, a moral obligation to teach, to coach, to assist, to help. At one time, sabi ko sa sarili ko, gusto ko mag-build ng team. Gusto ko para maturuan ko yung sarili kong team. Minsan nga nai-envy ako sa ibang team na kasi matutukan nila yung team nila. Pero ako hindi ko kayang matutukan yung team ko lang kasi may moral responsibility ako, may moral obligation ako, hindi lang sa team ko kundi sa buong DPPI. As much as I wanted to dedicate myself to the team I have to I have to make myself available to the rest of the organization kasi dito may moral accountability ako na magturo, na mag-coach at gawin ang dapat kong gawin na para ma-pass on ang kailangan na ma-pass on ng mga information. Bawat isa ho sa atin dito may moral obligation po tayo. Accountable po tayo dyan. Yung PMO, may accountability po kayo doon sa role na ginampanan nyo. Consultant, may accountability ka rin bilang isang top head leader of your organization. Yung manager, may accountability ka rin. Yung supervisor, may accountability yan. At kahit ang agent na may mga recruit, may accountability po yan. Bawat isa sa atin dito, may moral obligation and we are held accountable for that. No? So dapat yun ang magiging standards natin na pag ikaw ay nagbitbit ng isang tao at nag-recruit, yan ay pangalagaan mo, yan ay turuan mo, yan ay i-coach mo. Kaya nga sabi ko na lang sa sarili ko, team, sumali na lang kayo dito sa training program kasi dito ko na kayo ma-mentor. Kasi hindi kasi po pwedeng diyan lang ako sa inyo. Kailangan ako dito talaga. At sabi ko pa nga hindi ko to kakayanin mag-isa. Kailangan ko ang bawat isa sa inyo. Kailangan ko ang bawat isa sa inyo para mas lalo pong magiging stable at magiging malakas yung buong organization. We are talking about Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We are just starting to reach our presence in Luzon area. Ophil is building an organization in Bulacan. Grace Pinaso is building an organization in Cavite. And there are more people in the Luzon area that are building right now. Milona, Pastor Terso, Teacher Carol, Ma'am Grace Lampon is building a network in Mindanao. The rest of the people are here in the Visayas. You have Shirley, you have Mel, you have Cons, you have Vicky, you have Novelin, you have Alfred Jun. Marami pa po. Hindi ko kayo may isa-isa. But all of us are working together in this reach we have, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. At hindi ko po kakayanin yan mag-isa. Kailangan ko po kayo. Kaya ginawa natin ang sessions na to, ang seminar na to, kasi ito yung magiging bala natin sa paglaki natin. Okay? Setting goals, smart goals. Bala ko, gagawa tayo ng isang session na pag-usapan natin tong smart goals, no? Kasi nabanggit to ni HBR sa akin dapat gagawa tayo ng program na or training with regards to how to do smart goals. So, isang training module yan na i-prepare ni HBR yan. And planning, no? We need to determine the what, how, when, identify the task and the sequence, and develop the schedules. Ito na yun, no? Ito yung ginawa natin. Alam natin kung ano yung gusto natin, paano natin gawin, at kailan natin gawin. At nag-develop tayo ng schedules. Kung nakikita ninyo ngayon na medyo plansado yung mga schedules natin at alam natin kung ano yung ginagawa natin, alam natin yung mga programa ng mga executions na meron tayo ngayon, alam mo bakit? Kasi plinano natin. 2019 nag-plenary session po tayo. May year-end meeting po tayo. Last 2019, buo na po yung calendar ko. Buo na po yung calendar ko hanggang December of 2020. Alam ko na yung mga lugar na dapat nandun kami ni HBR, yung mga trip namin. Supposedly July, August, September. Yung mga months na yan kami ni HBR nasa Luzon na sana Pero nag-iba lahat Nang nag-COVID, nag-iba lahat. So ibig sabihin, all throughout 1 year, merong mga timelines yan. May plano. Alam natin every single month kung ano yung gagawin. Ito pa nga yung sinishare ko sa inyo since the time na nagnegosyo ako, I always work on schedules. I never really had remember a day na gumising ako na hindi ko alam kung ano yung gagawin ko on that day. Every time nagigising ako, alam ko kung ano yung gagawin ko bukas. Ano yung gagawin ko sa umaga, ano yung gagawin ko sa hapon, ano yung gagawin ko sa gabi. Alam na alam ko yun. Bakit Kasi nakaplat ang schedules. Planning is so essential because if you don't have a plan, then you are planning to fail. Ulitin ko po. If you do not have a plan, it simply means that you're planning to fail. So if you want to make it big in this business, you've got to have a plan. So, kung ikaw ngayon ay leader, ano ba yung plano mo? Ano ba yung game plan mo? Sige, may tao ka na doon sa Luzon. Ano yung game plan mo doon? Sige, may tao ka sa Bacolod. Ano yung game plan mo doon? May tao ka sa Bohol. Ano yung game plan mo doon? You need to know your game plan. And the only person that can identify the game plan, that is you. Kasi ikaw yung nakakakita sa entirety ng negosyo na to. May game plan tayo, no? I was meeting last week with the Bacolod group and I told them, We are filled with a lot of seminars and schedules, but I want you to do this, that every Thursday, I want the PKS to be Bacolod only. Bakit nagkaroon bakit merong ganon? Kasi yun ang game plan. Ang game plan that every Thursday, we are going to feed our people with Bacolod project because we are going to develop our Bacolod market. Game plan. At sabi ko sa Bacolod team, as we continue to develop our Bacolod team, probably slowly we're going to add on our Iloilo market. So we're starting to recruit Iloilo right now. Yesterday morning, there were quite a number of people that attended coming from Iloilo and Bacolod. Bakit ito nangyari yun? Because there was a game plan. Mayroong game plan. I had a meeting with Vicky. I had a meeting with Novelin because these are people that has grouped in Bacolod. Bakit ho? Because we need to come up with a game plan. Now, as we speak today, right now, I already have plotted some few schedules of mine that I'm going to have a meeting with our people in Cagayan de Oro. I'm going to have a meeting, ito na napaabot ko na to, live na. I'm planning to have a meeting next week. Ipapalabas ko lang yung schedule. I'm planning to have a meeting with our Luzon group. Bakit ho? Kasi we need to come up with a game plan. There has to be a plan para magkakaroon ng schedule. Hindi po pwedeng bara-bara lang, guys. Hindi po pwedeng bara-bara lang na basta lang maisip mo. Hindi po pwede yon. In order for us to really be able to know where we should be going, we should be able to define what are the things that we need to do. All of us are busy. That is already a given statement. Lahat tayo, meron tayong ginagawa. Pero at the end of the day, I want you to see in yourself kung etong DPPI, ano bang gusto mong ma-accomplish dito? Nag-join ka lang ba kasi nandito yung mga friends mo? Or nag-join ka dito kasi meron kang gustong marating? Ano ba yung gusto mong maging? Kasi dapat malinaw yun eh. Kasi kung malinaw yun at klaro yun, mag-umpisa kang magplano kung ano yung gawin mo. Ilang ba taong kakausapin ko? Magre-recruit ba ako? Saan ba ang target na lugar na gusto kong mag-recruit? Kasi dyan gusto kong mag-build. Hindi siya po pwedeng bara-bara lang, basta shotgun. Di bali na kung saan tatama, hindi po pwede yon. There has to be a defined goal that would be executed by a defined plan. No? Making decisions and problem solving. Yan. Actually, yung problem solving, parang isang module yun eh. No? May nabasa akong libro dyan na How to Master the Art of Problem Solving. But I'm going to just in a nutshell. As a leader, you need to be decisive in making decisions. Not hasty, but decisive. When we say decisive, meaning you've got to be firm and strong in making decisions. It has to be quick and reliable. You don't make decision because gusto mo lang. You make decision because you were able to gather the information that you need in order for you to come up with a decision. It took some time for me to be able to decide to put up a night version of our recruitment. Kasi pinakaramdaman ko lang muna. Until eventually, I began to receive some few chats asking for such a schedule. Hindi ko masyadong binigyan ng pansin at first kasi iilan lang eh. Iilan lang yung nagtanong. And then weeks goes by, medyo nag-increase yung frequency sa mga tanong. Especially nung October 5 na nag-umpisa ang online class ng DepEd. Nag-increase ang demand to have a night recruitment seminar. Hindi ako nag-decide, tiningnan ko muna yung schedules, plinat ko, tiningnan ko, kasi I do have also my personal schedules, no? So ayaw kong matamaan yung kasi may mga non-negotiable ako. Yung family time ko every Wednesday sa mga bata for a short Bible study with them. That's every Wednesday for the family. Non-negotiable sa akin yan. Hindi po pwede yan. May Monday at Tuesday rin ako night na non-negotiable din. Because for everybody that is here, I have three different roles, no? I have three different roles. I'm 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 a teacher by profession. No, I'm a teacher by profession. Um, I'm a businessman by occupation. And I'm a pastor by vocation. So and I need to play the three roles. Kaya nga kailangan sa akin talaga na iayos yung mga schedule para magampanan kong yung mga roles na yan. So tiningnan ko yung schedules. Tiningnan ko yung schedule, tiningnan ko yung information, tiningnan ko yung situation na ngayon may online class, kahati ng mga parents na mag-o-online, ang mga anak nila na nag-o-online din. Tapos tiningnan ko yun kasi kadalasan, karamihan kasi nasa MGCQ na, ibig sabihin everyone is actually back to work and they are no longer available during daytime. But hindi ko pwedeng alisin ang daytime schedule kasi we are also targeting people that are actually available. Yung walang trabaho, naghahanap ng trabaho, or kaya yung mga self-employed na. So, kailangan nating i-address. So, until we are able to come up with a session, sige, ganito ang gawin natin. Let's going to calibrate our schedule with TGIF. We're going to put it twice a month, every first and third para give way doon sa second and fourth na Friday na ibigay natin sa accreditation seminar. Then you are able to come up with a decision. And that's exactly what I wanted to share this to you. Na you yourself as a leader in your respective organization can actually come up with a decision on what are the things that you're going to do in order for your organization to move further, to move forward. Kailangan yun eh. Kailangan yun. So as we continue to move in the direction na gusto natin, na puntahan ng mga miyembro natin, ng mga kasamahan natin, tayo ho as a leader, kayo po as a leader, kayo po dapat ang mag-decide kung ano yung nararapat at dapat na gawin. Along the way, may mga challenges na makikita ka. Doon po papasok yung mga problem-solving ability po natin. Basta ito lang yung always na ilagay mo sa isipan mo na if you are not part of the problem, then probably you are part of the solution. And if you are not part of the solution, then most likely you are part of the problem. Much worse, baka ikaw din yun po yung problema. Diba? So yun lang po yung isipin natin. But I want you to be proactive in all of these things. Problems, challenges are always there. But remain and maintain to be proactive. Proactive person always looks on the solutions. Always look onto the remedies. Yun po ang proactive person. Making himself available to whatever solution that might probably be able to come up. Ganun po ang mga proactive persons. Okay? Then yan, supervising and evaluating. So always be on the guard for supervising your people and evaluating your people. If you see potential in your organization, talk to them personally and supervise them in their growth. It is very important that you're going to supervise them as they grow in the business. Why? Hindi po yan pakikialam. Ang nangyayari po dyan, bakit mo i-supervise? Kasi gusto mong i-coach. We are coaches. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay coaches tayo dito. Now, if may nakita ka na potential person in your organization, that is the time that you are going to start supervising so that you can coach. And the reason why you need to coach and supervise para ma-evaluate mo po yung mga resulta ng mga ginagawa niya. At kung may nakita ka na kailangan i-improve dun sa ginawa niya, at least may masabi ka at may ma-coach ka at may maituro ka para po mag-improve siya doon sa ginagawa niya. Hindi lang napabayaan mo siya na bahala na siya dyan. Basta matututo lang yan. Hindi po pwede. No? You should be there at the constant learning, constant teaching, constant supervision, constant coaching. Yun yung mga gawain natin no? Yan. Ayan, no? Teaching, coaching, counseling. Nasabay ko na yan. Teaching, coaching, counseling. This is what this business is all about. This business is all about teaching. This business is all about coaching. This business is all about counseling. Because hindi mo maiwasan na at a certain point in time, may mga downline tayo na magka-problema din. At if sila magka-problema, ibig sabihin, apektado rin yung negosyo mo. Kailangan mo silang i-counsel kasi apektado yung negosyo mo. Para hindi ma-affected yung negosyo mo, i-counsel mo siya para maka-work siya ng maayos. Okay? Para maka-work po siya ng maayos. Yan, training. Yung mga enablers yan natin, training. Encourage them to attend trainings. No? Yan yung pinag-usapan natin. Kasi with training, it will always comes with motivation. People that are trained are always motivated. No? Ulitin ko ha. People that are trained are always motivated. They will be able to experience a different level of confidence if they are trained. Pag hindi po sila trained, matatakotin yan. So, I think I'll end with this one kasi it's already past 9 o'clock. And this is my last piece, no? This is my last piece. At the end of the day, our downlines will eventually copy what we do. Leadership is all about influence. If you wanted your downlines to follow the desired output nung gusto mo, you've got to model it yourself. Dapat nakikita nila na ikaw mismo ang nangunguna doon sa gera. Dapat nakikita nila na ikaw mismo right at the forefront of every battle. Pag hindi nila mararamdaman yung presensya mo, pag hindi nila nararamdaman na nandyan ka, I wanna tell you this straight from your heart na eventually they will quit. Pag hindi nila nararamdaman yung presensya mo. Ano kaya ang nangyari sa atin DPPI kung last March 16 nang mag-announce ang gobyerno natin na magla-lockdown ang buong Pilipinas? Ano kaya ang nangyari sa atin DPPI if during that time I chose to be silent? If I chose to be insignificant or I chose to be absent? Ano kaya ang nangyari sa DPPI? Malamang nagkawatak-watak na tayo. Malamang nawala na yung negosyo natin. Pero hindi Sa gitna ng pandemic, nararamdaman nyo yung presensya ko. Sa gitna ng pandemic, nakikita ninyo ako. Sa gitna ng pandemic, nararamdaman at nakikita nyo na patuloy kong ginagawa ang mga dapat kong gawin bilang leader ng organisasyon na to. Patuloy ang mga schedules, patuloy ang mga seminars, hanggang nadagdagan ang mga trainings at saka iba't iba pang mga programa na meron tayo ngayon. In fact, sa kalagitnaan ng pandemya na to, mas nagiging busy po tayo sa mga schedules po natin. Ano kaya ang nangyari? Kung hindi nyo naramdaman yung presensya ko, siguro wala na rin kayo. Ganon din po dun sa mga downline nyo. Huwag nyong hayaan na hindi maramdaman ng mga downline nyo ang presensya nyo even dyan sa mga group chat ninyo. Ulitin ko po, huwag nyong hayaan na kahit man lang dyan sa mga group chat na meron kayo ngayon na hindi maramdaman ng mga downlines mo ang presensya mo. To the PMOs, ito yung panawagan ko sa inyo. Sikapin nyo po, pilitin nyo na yung presensya nyo maramdaman ng buong DPPI. Kung ikaw, PMO, nakikinig ka ngayon, tanungin mo ang sarili mo, when was the last time na nag-post ka ng update? When was the last time na nag-set ka ng PKS? When was the last time na nag-initiate ka ng site tour kung meron man? Kasi at the end of the day, accountable din po tayo dyan. Wala pong ibang pwedeng gagawa niyan kung hindi ikaw din at ako din. Bawat isa po sa atin dito, may kanya-kanya po tayong role na ginagampanan. Gampanan niyo po yung role mo. Kasi pag gagampanan mo yan, may reward ka dyan. Consultant, managers, supervisor, gampanan mo yung role mo. Kasi kung gagampanan mo yung role mo, may maging reward ka dyan. Kahit sales agent ka, may downline ka, may mga recruit ka, nagbuo ka ng grupo, gampanan mo yung role mo dyan. Kasi balang araw, magkakaroon ka rin ng reward. Ano yung reward mo? Ma-promote ka, kikita ka, magkakaroon ka ng override. Gampanan po natin yung mga roles natin. Kasi ito yung sasabihin ko sa inyo. May reward po dyan. Maraming salamat po sa oras at panahon na binigay niyo po dito. At sana ho may napulot po tayo na aral at higit sa lahat po hindi lang po ito napulot at kung hindi ito din po ay mai-apply sa bawat kanya-kanya nating mga grupo. Alalahanin niyo po na ikaw ay nasa leadership position na. Kahit isa pa yan ang downline mo, ikaw, ang tawag sa iyo ay leader na. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye-bye!